Welcome to the Volunteer Global video blog. Today's topic, fundraising for your volunteer trip abroad. By now, you've probably learned that volunteer trips often cost about as much as a regular vacation. And if my site analytics are any indication, you're probably a college student or just starting out in your career. And that means you probably don't have a lot of money to spend on a volunteer trip. Of course, there are many inexpensive volunteer programs, but what about your plane ticket, immunizations, or personal expenses? To help cover your costs, let's go over a few fundraising ideas for your volunteer trip. There are several websites you can use for online fundraising, but for today I'll highlight Indiegogo. Indiegogo allows you to raise a specific amount of money for a project. Usually these are films or artistic endeavors, but you can also use it to fund your volunteer trip. Through Indiegogo, you'll set a fundraising cap and a time limit where you'll ask the public to help fund your project. If you make it to your goal, your funds are released to your bank account with a small percentage given to Indiegogo. Door-to-door collections aren't usually expected unless you're a Girl Scout or in a high school marching band, but if you're in college, you're kind of granted an extension. Take a few friends with you and go door-to-door on campus. This can go a long way in raising money for your trip. You can also ask businesses to help you out. There are two ways to go about this. First off, try testing a product of theirs. Find a business with something you'll use while traveling, like a camera, a backpack, or hiking boots. Start a blog about your volunteer trip well before you go, and then write a review about the product once you get there. If you have a blog you've started for your trip, consider dedicating some ad space to your local business, or write up a thank you entry in exchange for funding. It's free to set up a blog, and if you use WordPress, you can make a slick, customizable website that your friends, family, and readers will love. And of course, there's nothing like good old-fashioned fundraising. Set up a bake sale, a car wash, or a candy bar or popcorn sale, get your friends involved, and have a great time while generating a bit more money for your volunteer trip. And finally, if you're going on a longer trip, say for 3 months or so, check out your options for grants or scholarships. Taking an independent research project or an internship abroad not only can open you up to grants and scholarships, but it can also qualify for college credit. Talk to your advisor and study abroad office to learn more. And of course, make sure this is doable before booking your trip. And that wraps up today's post. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to visit volunteerglobal.com and connect with us on Facebook and Twitter to learn more about volunteering abroad.